So, you know, when it comes to
what up, Fight World?
anybody on this side fighting the Bud Crawford, man, I just think it's, you know, Crawford just needs to get away from Bob. Like I said, Bob doesn't even give him credit that he deserves. His own promoter doesn't even respect him. He needs to get away from that man, be his own man if that's what he needs to be. And I think he'd be able to negotiate better fights from there.
Right. Ryan and T.O. are, and we're going to talk about boxing. Yeah, I'm just waiting for the notifications to go out. We got more people than we have likes, so we got to fix that. Listen, you guys don't have to see my face because I know YouTube is playing some kind of game, but I will punish the algorithm. Don't wait to see my face. You guys can have the conversation before I pop in. I noticed recent streams, YouTube is playing, you know what I mean? They're not sending out notifications. I don't know why, but it's cool because I'm gonna punish. We still making great money and we're gonna punish the algorithm. You guys don't have to wait until I'm physically on the screen in order to leave a comment. You know, I don't know when that became the thing, but I noticed some people are, it's like they wait until they're in it, they're in here and they just wait for me to show up to start talking. Y'all, the community, you know what I mean? You don't have to wait for the host. Like if you go to a comedy show and Dave Chappelle's supposed to be coming out, do you just sit in silence until, you know what I mean? Until it's time for him to come out. So y'all got to loosen up with that. Jaywalk, Ego, what's up? Man, we just, I felt like streaming again. I just felt like doing another stream. Get it. I got to talk about the Teofimo. I mean, we could talk some more about the Shakur Stevenson situation. I said most of what I needed to say about Shakur performance. Listen, some of y'all is pressed in the comment section, but Shakur himself said he didn't do his best work, or he felt that his performance was lacking. So you guys could say whatever you want, but it doesn't sound like I'm off the mark when the fighter himself is saying could have did a couple things differently. It is what it is. T.O. is number one. Number one at what? He number one. He's number one at what? I'm just curious. T.O. has all the belts. He don't have the belt from Devin Haney. Man, where the shooters at? Get rid of Steven. If I have any shooters, Stephen Welty, get him out of here. Shamir did, I guess that's supposed to be Shakur, did what he needed to do, but he would not be a big name doing what he's doing and fighting who he's fighting. See, and listen, this is the thing. Again, you guys, I don't care. You can, whatever I say, if you like it, you like it. If you don't, I don't really care. I'm telling you my honest opinion. Shakur is a great kid. He's a skilled kid. He's definitely sound defensively in general, right? He did have a little mouse under his ear, but guess what? The ref was stupid, yeah. Anytime you have an orthodox and a southpaw, look at Mayweather and Pacquiao, and look at Pacquiao and Marquez trying to step on the feet. So yeah, that was weird behavior by the ref. But listen, the thing with Shakur is this: that kill switch. When people like Bradley are saying they fell asleep, I understand the notion here. Again, see, a lot of people are trying to conflate the issue and turn this into what we're typically used to seeing with certain fighters. Like when certain fighters do good, shout out to Dale McCree, appreciate you. When certain fighters do well, namely black fighters, right? Then you hear all this mumbo jumbo from old media and they're like, oh, Mayweather's boring, or Afro-Cuban Guillermo El Chacao Rigondeaux, he's boring. But they're fighting world-class people and dominate, and because people are crying over spilled milk because the person they wanted to beat the guy didn't win, then they start doing it. But the criticism constructively, you can differ on, like, if you like what Bradley said, I don't care. But what Bradley was saying wasn't that far off on the performance. I'm just being honest. People are like, what I notice in boxing, a lot of people are emotional. They be like, Bradley be cooning. Okay, that's cool. We know people's faults and strengths. Shout out to my boy Dale. He just busted a shot and then he sent $5. Appreciate you. People are like, they're trying to stubbornly cling on to certain things. Like, the saying goes, even a broke clock is right 2 times a day. Every dog has its day. You see what I'm saying? Even a broke clock is right 2 times a day. Now, 9 times out of 10, old media be on some BS. But if it just so happens that people that you would probably categorize in the old media category, they might say something that occasionally makes sense. Not often, but it happens. So Tim Bradley, I find myself constantly disagreeing with him. We know this. Illustrated this. I vocalized this. But what he was saying about it's entertainment and performances like that don't really move the needle with Shakur. A lot of people were saying that. So it's not just a Bradley. I think the same thing. You know what I'm saying? See, Ego, that's not what I was saying. I'm just saying his style won't get him far with low-level opponents. But I'm saying that too. Like, it's the whole picture. Some people are trying to bleed this in with typical old media like behavior, which we always see. And so, like I said, some people are so used to that, they're like looking at it like, oh, this is, corruption, doesn't want Shakur to shine. Listen, I'm gonna try to say this nicely. I need you guys to help me break the YouTube algorithm and smash the like button. If we do not get the likes up, it will be a very short stream. I can assure you that. So likes or loot, that's the only way I can do these long form content. If not, I could just do a regular video and you guys could check that out. But I'm not sitting in a chair doing these long form content, especially with the YouTube not sending out notification if I don't have the participation of the fans. Literally, that's the only way I can give live stream. I can't control things that are beyond my control, like YouTube. Shout out to Asante. Shout out to Asante. Things that are beyond my control. YouTube algorithm never sending notifications. I can't help that. But what I can help is speaking to you guys and communicating. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, engage in the conversation. Let's go. I'm ready to work. I told you 2021, I will realize all of my goals for the channel. I promise you that. I promise you. I never have one doubt that will be accomplished. Stop playing, get them likes up. Talk to them, Dale. If you all enjoy the content, if you don't, then you don't have to do nothing. But people seem pretty chill in the comment section, so let's get them likes up. YouTube is not, I don't fuck the YouTube algorithm. I promise you I'm gonna break it. I'm gonna break it. They had no choice but to respect me. Anyway, back to the Shakur thing. Sometimes you gotta call a spade a spade. Block that person that's talking about Fury. Get him out of here. The weirdos is here. And see, if that comes up, where we got the weirdos keep coming back, and the money and the likes ain't where they need to be, it's going to be a real short stream, because I don't know if I have any shooters except for Dale by himself. So let's try to make this work. Block him. Shout out to Asante. Listen, some people have like misdirected anger regarding Shakur Stevenson. Shout out to Boss Red, my guy. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. There's misdirected anger. This is not to break Shakur down or tear him down as a fighter. Not saying his career is over. I'm not an extremist like I'm not an extremist like. But if we're being honest with each other, which is what I like to have, that healthy dialogue, then guess what? Shakur Stevenson, in his last performance, in his performance before that, he dominates. Yes, defensively pretty sound and all that, but they've been anticlimactic. That's just what it is. So what I'm saying, I can't be, hell, I don't know what other people say. I'm talking about me. I can only speak for myself. Asante, you in your own world right now. I can't speak on that. He talking about all our fighters are under attack no matter what. You doing some way off shit. Bro, his performance yesterday. Okay, Asante, Was it a fun fight? Listen, let's cut the shit, bro. What's popping with boxing? What on a scale of 0 to 10, Asante, how was the fight? So you're saying no, it wasn't an exciting fight. Then what are we talking about, bro? I'm not understanding what this malfunction is in boxing, where you guys are admitting that it's not the best fight action-wise. And then you're making it about like Shakur can't get no respect. What are you talking about? You yourself don't think it was a scintillating fight. The thing is this, it is okay. Not every fight is a barn burner. Floyd had fights. Pacquiao had Dole fights. Teofimo, what is the bro, Ryan Garcia, before he got with Eddie Reynoso, he had some flat performances. Jason Velez, and he fought a dude on Facebook after that. What are we doing, bro? I don't understand. Like, it's okay to have a flat performance. Devin versus Gamboa. People are acting like it's the greatest thing and you got to just say it's the greatest thing. I'm not doing that, bro. Shakur, he's a dope fighter. He's a skill fighter. But y'all keep taking it to this another dimension like Shakur or anybody else in the world of boxing is above it. Bro, you just said the fight was not fun or it wasn't like, but you're generalized. We're talking about Shakur's fighting. We're talking about his fight yesterday. That's all I'm talking about. We know the inherent problems. I'm one of the pioneers in this boxing game, in this digital space of addressing the real problems in boxing. I've done that since day one. Like steak sauce, I've been A1. So I always talk about the problems in boxing. So you throwing out all the general problems in boxing, does it apply to the performance? That's what I'm saying. People are acting like it was a dope performance that was exciting and Tim Bradley's tripping. You know, Andre Ward, ESPN is tripping. Ego's tripping. It's not that. Like, it's okay, bro. Shout out to Mr. 704. Salute Ego, no fly zone for the haters. Block them. That's what I'm talking about. That's why it just sounds unbelievable. People are acting like I know boxing. Hey, don't block him. He a regular, bro. You don't have to block him. He's a regular. You don't have to block him. I'm just making the point. Like, it's okay to every once in a while have a performance that stinks up the joint a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Or where you expected more from the person. Block this dude, this other dude. It's the same dude coming back. He on my dick. Block him, for real. Hold on, why is everyone getting blocked? He said F you. Yeah, you'll get blocked soon enough. When they hate, donate. It is okay to have a performance that you can learn from and grow from. Most importantly, get your W, become undefeated, learn from it, and move on. But for people to try to force me into saying it was a fun fight, I'm not going to do that. It wasn't, bro. I don't care if Shakur is black, white, Mexican, purple, green, stripe, polka dot, Dapper Dan pattern, Burberry. Like, bro, it wasn't for me the best thing. Like, eye-catching. And me, I personally have zero problem with outboxers, pure boxers, skilled boxers. I'm still telling you what it is. For example, it's okay. Like, people are acting like this, like, oh, Shakur's just getting all this hate. Bro, the fight was underwhelming. Danny just said it. Like, it's okay. Like, I understand the issue. Rigondeaux, that he's a perfect example. Rigondeaux was breaking people's jaws and they was calling him boring. That's different. He was breaking bone and they were calling him boring. That is the difference. When Guillermo El Chacao Rigondeaux went to Japan, enemy territory, because it was a Japanese fighter, and broke Amagasa's jaw and had him looking all sorts of crazy, they said that was boring. That is an inherent difference than Shakur Nakathila. Because you have a man, Rigondeaux, that they didn't want to like because of his skin tone and You know, people threw up when his name was mentioned. He's breaking somebody's bone, and people are still hating. That's easy to see, bro. The guy was looking so disfigured after messing around with Rigo. That's different. That, to me, that's where the hate begins. And when people try to conflate the truth and make everything sound like what it is, something it's not. Look, bro. Look at the boy Rigo had the guy looking like. They were saying Rigondeaux was boring. Look at the man cheek. Bro, what is that? He got a heartbeat, the 5 heartbeats in his cheek. Bro, he had cuz fucked up. Bro, this is when they were saying boring. Look at this man. Look, he can't see. Like, his eyes are like swollen shut, bro. And the guy was like near 6 feet tall. And he out here looking like Rocky Dennis. Bro, he out here looking like Rocky Mac and me and shit. That's different. Or if you like look at the Charlos and somebody say they boring or something, that's different. Dale McCree, talk to him. Listen, I know I can't have that many haters in here. If y'all don't get the likes up, it's over. It's over. Likes or loot. Listen, this is your final warning. Likes or loot. If not, enjoy the rest of the videos on the channel. I tell you, I'm a businessman. You know, because you follow me at my place of the business. I promise you. And I'm going to be tightened up like that because I see YouTube I see what they doing, but it don't, come on, bro. It don't work. You know what I mean? So we got to get the likes up. Bro, Rigondeaux had the man looking crazy, and they was still saying he was boring. He had Nonito Donaire, who's still relevant and just won a title at age 39 or whatever. He had Donaire backing up, holding his eye. The Shakur fight wasn't like that last night. Floyd Mayweather, he famously told y'all, if you make a mistake, you gotta pay. Shakur in all spots wasn't doing that. It's very simple. But people are trying to be so pro culture or whatever that they're acting like all of this is like there's no other reason that people didn't necessarily have the greatest time with the performance. In that particular fight, I didn't see it like that. Here's the other issue. When it comes to boxing, you know I'm the man for the job. Shakur's fight right before this. So let's just say Naka has some cracks. He got some African cracks and he's awkward. You ain't shit. Okay, block him. Said you ain't no man. Okay. Hope you feel better. Let's go. Ready. Bring more of that hate. Shout out to Kamal Oz. Kamal Oz said Shakur put pressure on himself by talking a lot. There's that too. He said, I won't lose to a cop and stuff like that. So we know they up the ante. Top Rank also put a lot of pressure, and the media that works with Top Rank and stuff, because they said that he's Mayweather reincarnated. So when you say that, then the stakes go up. No, like I said, let's not conflate the issue and look on a case-by-case basis to see what's real and what's not. In my opinion, and again, check my G files, check my track records. I have no problem with someone boxing smart. Errol Spence boxed versus Mikey Garcia. I was in Texas. I was ringside. I enjoyed the fight. I wasn't bored out of my mind. If anything, Mikey needed to step up and find a way and make adjustments, but he wouldn't or couldn't. Errol Spence versus Danny Garcia. He kind of boxed and got a little tired late. I have no problem with that, right? So I have no problem with out-boxers or skilled boxers. In fact, sometimes when I see a fight where it's just two people just fighting, like club fight, that's more of a turnoff than anything. You know what I mean? Like Orlando Salido, Francisco Vargas, it was cool, but then it just got kind of boring. And that's the same thing with Shakur on the different end of the spectrum. Every round kind of looked the same. If you watch skilled boxing exhibits, right? You watch skilled boxing exhibits like Floyd versus Canelo. Every single round didn't look the same. Floyd came out in the high guard, started walking him down. Floyd started jabbing to the solar plexus, pit of the stomach. Canelo was on the ropes. There was differences. Canelo punched the rope in round 11 and Floyd started showboating. That is different. That is different. Shout out to Boss Red. When they hate, donate. Floyd at 135 was Pretty Boy Floyd. He took shots, got bloody, and tried to put people's lights out. Money May is the defensive genius. But Money May also, people say this stuff, but I really wonder how much intently you guys are watching boxing. Money May has this rap like he's a defensive genius. Okay, he has a defense, yes, but Mayweather in general is a complete fighter. You can't win a fight on defense only. It doesn't happen. In boxing, it does not happen. Mayweather also has one of the highest plus minuses in his time when he was fighting. Mayweather's also an offensive fighter. People keep saying Money May was the difference between Money May and Pretty Boy was he was a little bit less aggressive. He realized and evolved because he had brittle hands and hand injuries, and he was naturally fighting bigger guys. So he became a bit more economical with his punches, using the defense, but also pot shotting, and he just didn't throw as many punches because the guys were no longer his weight class for real. He was always fighting bigger guys predominantly. That's the difference. So you can be a slickster and still steal the show. I have no problem with boxing, like being a boxer. I think what people are saying with Shakur, man, that Gotti whooping was nasty. That was nasty. That's what I'm saying. And part of it is the matchmaking. Part of it's the matchmaking. Because at the end of the day, if Shakur was fighting someone better, then the expectations can then be lowered if it goes the distance. Because real boxing fans are cognizant that when you step up in class, the knockouts tend to drop. There's a lot of high pro. Cotto versus Canelo. Nobody got dropped. Nobody got knocked out. Mayweather versus Pacquiao. Nobody got dropped. Nobody got stopped in that. You know, and this happens. 3 fights with Pacquiao. People got, in Marquez, people got dropped. Marquez got dropped, but nobody got stopped until the 4th fight. When they hate, donate. Nobody walked through Floyd punches. He held his ground. Facts. The haters is angry today. Enjoy that. Make sure y'all smash the like button. Cash App on the screen. $ Boxing Ego. They mad. The wave, we real drippy. So I can't listen. I never pretend to speak for anybody else. I'm speaking for me. You are on my page, YouTube, Boxing Ego. So it don't conflate what I'm saying or put anything that I'm saying. You leave with me. Anything other people are saying, that's them. So I'm just telling you my perspective on the Shakur fight. I can't tell you nothing else. I have no, why? Because I gotta be Thug. Like I have no other way to bring it and represent it to you other than to give you it real and let you know, pause, how I feel about these various things in boxing. Shakur, he'll be all right. Highly skilled. He has a lot of defense. But my whole point in closing with the Shakur thing that people can't seem to grasp, you're not going to change my mind. I've watched Shakur's last fights. I've been to Shakur fight. See, this is the part where I got to show that separation. Smash the like button. I actually support Shakur's fights, right? I went to Shakur fights. You see what I'm saying? I'm different. Like, this ain't something like I'm looking, going out of my way to find something to have a bone to pick with it. I'm telling you what I see. And the thing is this. Let's just suggest the African dude got some cracks and he particularly was awkward, right? Fine. But if you watch Shakur's last fight before the African dude, it looked eerily similar to that. So maybe this is just the style in which he is fighting. And for me, I think he has other tools in the tool shed that he could probably pull out. You see what I'm saying? He can probably pull out to, at this level, get some of these guys respect a little bit more. Shout out to Kamal Oz. When they hate, donate. That's the difference, people. That's the difference. People, I don't know who says what, but I've seen it online or like I said, conflating the issue. And I can't speak for no one. I'm speaking for me. But I've seen people are saying stuff like, oh, Mayweather got this same hate. Bro, Mayweather was fighting elite level people, making them look average to shitty and getting hate. Top Rank just fed Shakur Stevenson, an African guy that I'm pretty sure none of you had heard of. And it went the distance and people were salivating for a little bit more. That is totally different. Like, if we're going to compare fruits, apples and apples, oranges with oranges, a lot of people want to do what I do, you know what I mean, with the boxing talk, but not everyone can do it because logically, some of what I'm seeing doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Again, this is not to say Shakur's future is done. He's 22. But there's a 24-year-old in boxing who just fought the guy that went the distance with Adrian Broner, who has far more experience than him, Giovanni Santiago. And Broner, some people thought, you know, maybe he could have looked better or he could have did more. Gary Antoine Russell cooked him. Gary Antoine Russell fought a game Santiago who just went the decision with Broner and cooked him. If one tool gets the job done, why use another one? Okay, that's easy to answer, because when you're not fighting a guy or a girl, you are, but when you're not fighting someone who is perceived as an equivalent, people would like to see a little bit more if you're being compared to Floyd Mayweather. In a world 2021 where you got TikTokers and YouTubers and Jake Paul and Logan Paul and fights like that, I think the pressure now becomes a little bit more than maybe before to find that avenue, and not just in the fight, but in the pre-fights, to brand yourself. See what I'm saying? And leave a memorable impression. Again, am I telling Shakur to take an unnecessary risk and fight stupid? Absolutely not, because that would be stupid. Right? That would be stupid. But Shakur, with the Olympic background, people would probably like to see a little bit pro style. Like, here's a perfect example. Shakur stepped up and fought Christopher Pitbull Diaz. He's a hard puncher too. He took him to school. That type of performance. If that happened, then there's nothing you could say. But I don't think he looked exactly like he did in that fight. Right? So this African dude, whatever his style was. But like I said, for me, the reason why I'm saying this is because, one, is constructive criticism. This is not hate. This is not to see Shakur fail. And I shouldn't have to explain this if you know who I am. But I'll be a huckleberry. Shakur's performance before that was kind of similar. Chris Colbert is a guy that people wrote about and say he can't punch. He can't punch. Clarissa Shields is someone that she hasn't scored a lot of knockouts in boxing, and people say she has no power. She just went into a whole another girl's territory and sport in the MMA and just got a stoppage. Coming from behind down 2 rounds. So you can't tell me that nothing's possible in this life, especially when you have the mindset. See, the difference is Clarissa Shields, maybe it's a mean streak. Maybe Clarissa Shields just has a different mean streak and she's fully evolved out of the amateur circuit, and she's just like, I'm down. I got to show Clorenzo. So maybe that's something that could be developed by Shakur Stevenson. That Terence Crawford mean streak. Listen, some people are mad Crawford hasn't got the bigger fights. One thing I could say about Terence Crawford, if you are not supposed to be in the ring with him, your dumbass is getting out the ring with him. Stretch it, like he's gonna body you. He has that. So that's all I'm saying, that X factor. Some of you guys are making this, oh, if one tool gets it, whatever. In a world full of Gervonta Davises and Wilder, it's going to be harder for you to sell, especially when your own promotion is throwing you under the bus and talking about, I'm bored to sleep. I promise you, Mario Barrios and Gervonta Davis, PBC will not say that. PBC will not say they about to fall asleep when Tank fights Barrios. I promise you. I will give $1,000 out if PBC says it and means it. Gervonta Davis versus Mario Barrios. This is boring and I fell asleep. I'll do a raffle. Come on, bro. Y'all dealing with the king of boxing talk. So that's all I'm saying with the Shakur. But I see people pressed. Shakur, he can learn from it. It's that simple. People are making it like out to be like I kidnapped Shakur or his family or something. Like, bro, I'm just telling you my opinion on boxing. It's not that serious. You know what I mean? And we know all the old media tricks and we know all the blah, blah, blah. But everyone's trying to mesh everything like you can't say anything about Shakur. That's stupid, bro. That's stupid. No one fighter is above all criticism. I mean, Andre Ward was the mentor of Shakur, and he said, we want to see if you can kind of put it together, walk this guy down a little bit safely, get in there, and everyone gets to pack up and go home. So what I'm saying is not like some out of this world boxing talk where it's like I'm the only one that feels like that. Obviously the telecast felt that way. And it's not just the telecast. I know Shakur Stevenson. Go on boxing Twitter. Type in the fight. There's people on boxing Twitter who was like, yeah, I can't wait. Shakur's up tonight. And then after they watched the fight, they were like, man, that wasn't, it wasn't what I was expecting. Or it wasn't the best thing. Shout out to Kamal Oz. Shakur wanted to create public demand for the Valdez fight. Oh, see, now Kamal has to cook you. Shakur Stevenson wanted to create public demand for the Valdez fight in the interview. He downplayed Herring and said that he versus Valdez would be good and exciting. Did Shakur create desire for the Valdez fight last? That's what I'm saying. And see, this is what I'm saying is meant to help. Block Nappy Kings. I can't. You saying too much stupid shit. Mayweather did the same thing. Stop comparing Shakur to Mayweather, bro. Mayweather is a 44-year-old person. Shakur is 22-year-old. They haven't done the same things. They don't fight alike. You looking like ops, bro. Thank you. Bro, what is this Mayweather comparison? What do you see in May? When Floyd was at the same division, he was cooking shit. That was Pretty Boy Floyd. What is this comparison? Why can't we just let new fighters be new fighters, develop who they are, and be the first Shakur Stevenson, be the first Teofimo, be the first? Not everyone is Mayweather or Sugar Ray or Muhammad Ali or like, what are we talking about, bro? Man, get these bums out of my shit, bro. Bro, I'm so sick. I'm so sick of it. Stop wasting my time, bro. Like, it's like everybody want to keep comparing. Let these fighters develop into what they're gonna be. Because let y'all tell it. Y'all told me that what's his name? Antoine Douglas. Y'all told me he was the illest person and he got stopped by Kurtitze. So I don't listen to y'all. Y'all always be telling me that the next person, y'all said Shabransky. Y'all told me Shabransky could beat Andre Ward. Where he at? Y'all told me Dimitri Bivol would beat Andre Ward. Where he at? You know what I'm saying? His performance would be boring too. And see, that's the thing. It's like me, I just call a spade a spade. Dimitri Bivol, his performances. See, I'm too real. Like, I guess it's a Bay Area thing. You feel me? Like Mac Dre said, I'm too hard for the radio. Tell me something good. I'm too hard for the radio. Bro, I'm different. I tell you, see, this is the thing. This ain't just dedicated to Shakur. He's just the guy that recently fought. I tell you when anybody's born. Tyson Fury, half his shit be boring. When Tyson Fury fought Klitschko, go look at my post-fight. I said that shit was a dub. Trinidad. That was a boring fight. Robert Easter and I like Bunny, but Robert Easter Bartholomew shit was boring. Like, it's not rocket science. Bro, Robert Easter and Rancis Bartholomew, that shit was rancid. Tyson Fury and Klitschko, trash. Like, I didn't have fun with those fights. It's that simple. You people trying to convince me, oh, but Mayweather, bro, I don't care what you talk about with Mayweather. If I'm not feeling it, then I'm not feeling it. That was only one fight. Block him. Block him. Who next? Yeah, let's get it. Who next? Block W Soldier. It ain't one fight. I just told you Shakur Stevenson, the fight before that, looked very similar. So you're saying it's one fight. I'm not saying that. You don't know shit about boxing. Okay. Like, who next? Let's go. I'm ready. Yeah, let's get it. Who next? Step up. Who next? What else y'all got for me? Huh? What else y'all got for me? Bro, that's not to say Shakur he can come back and knock somebody else out. You know what I'm saying? Bro, it's boxing. This shit happen like that. Juan Manuel Marquez, he's one of my favorites. He fought Chris John. He didn't look good. I love Marquez. See, that's what I'm saying. Some of y'all soft. Some of y'all beta male, bro. Get this beta male stuff out here, bro. I love Marquez. Does that mean he's incapable of delivering and turning in a performance that I wasn't the biggest fan of? No, it doesn't. Because this is boxing. Oh my gosh, bro. Give me some better work. People act like because you like a fighter, you got to like them. Like this is a marriage through thick and thin. If they cheat on you, if they fail drug test, man, this ain't the channel for you then. If you think that a fighter, I can't give my honest opinion of what I've seen, this is not the channel for you. Get off, unsubscribe, don't follow me. You don't need to send me no Cash App, no money. Just leave. I don't care, bro. I'm telling you what it is. Like, I like a lot of fighters, but I'm not going to necessarily enjoy every single performance from them. It's okay. James DeGale, he looked bad in fights before. You know what I mean? Badu Jack got knocked out. I like Badu. I know Badu Jack. He got knocked. It's boxing. So again, to finalize what I'm saying, Shakur, I think he'll be all right because I'd rather be him than a lot of these other motherfuckers because he at least has the brain and he already shows the skill, so he wants to learn. That's great. You don't like the criticism from people, just sharpen up. Maybe look at another trainer. If you don't feel like you're getting enough of the stuff, that's on him. I'm just telling, maybe that's it. Maybe he can do that. But it's not that serious. A lot of y'all trying to force me to feel some bullshit you feel. I don't work like that. I seen what I seen. His last two performances seem similar. That's simple. From all odds, I almost fell asleep in the Shaka Khan fight. What is that? Who's Shaka Khan? I don't even know what that is. So don't get this twisted. I tell you, Canelo Alvarez versus Yildirim, trash. I told you it was trash. Like, I'm just a blunt person. Oh, it was the Shaka Khan. Yeah, that's the guy. See, that's the other. That was the person he just fought right before that. See, I try to forget the dude's name. He fought, Toka Khan Clary. See, the dude just said it was one performance. No, it wasn't. Shakur versus Toka Khan Clary. And then after is this African, I ain't losing to no cop. It was this Naka. It was 2 fights in a row. That's what I'm saying. So Shakur, if he loved it, he don't have to change nothing. I'm just a person with an opinion. So keep doing it. I'm just telling you my opinion of it. So if we just are on 2 different planets, then that's what it is. I'm telling you my opinion. Hate it or love it. Yeah, it was the Toka Khan Clary. I know exactly what you're talking about. That's the fight I was talking about. Those two performances. Like I said, people keep trying to turn this into like Rigondeaux is treated this way and Edeslandi Lara and Floyd, and this is what. It's not that. Rigondeaux he was breaking people's bones and limbs and shit and jaws, and they was still calling them boring. That's not what I seen from the Shakur performance last night. It wasn't like spicy like that. If it was, I'll give him credit for being spicy. Like I said, Devin Haney Gamboa, that too wasn't my favorite thing. We even did a Boxingego watch party. I know Bill Haney. He got my phone number. That wasn't my favorite performance by Dev. But guess what? Being a young fighter, he collected the dub. He learned from whatever he learned and the criticism, and he went back to the gym and he looked great versus Jorge Linares. So the same could be said if Shakur Stevenson hopefully gets one of the big names. I'm not telling you that Shakur, give him Oscar Valdez, give him Jamel Herring. He needs to fight that. Maybe that'll motivate him to have everything clicking. That's cool. So I'm not discounting Shakur. I'm not saying he's not skilled or he doesn't have a defense, but what Tim Bradley was saying wasn't far off in terms of, you can disagree with his approach or why would his network do that. That's up to you. But the actual, see, I care about substance. What Bradley was saying, what the telecast was saying, although I don't often agree with all them guys, I can understand that. That's all I'm saying. That's 2 in a row for Shakur where it was kind of like people were like, I want to see if he could put it together. And the biggest thing is the echelon of competition. If he fought Valdez or Jamel Herring and then looked like that, then it would be easier to explain away. Because it's like, okay, Valdez just destroyed Berchelt. So you would still be impressed because he's like getting out of shots and shots is whizzing by. See what I'm saying? But when that's what happens when you're in a no-win situation because your promoter put you in with some random African and then you're boisterous and you're like, I ain't losing to no cop. No, the pressure is high. And your promoter and network is saying you the next Floyd Mayweather, making graphics comparing you to Floyd Mayweather. That is something totally different than Rigondeaux, Lara, Floyd Mayweather. Lara was fighting Hurd and they called him boring. That's not what we seen last night. Shout out to Daquandre. He sent $1. Much love to my guy. His message says, I'm always supporting Ego. I know. Appreciate you. We working. Boss Red. We boxing fans over here, not man fans. So we critique any and every fighter in the same way. No bias, no hate. That's it. That's what I'm saying. People acting like I condemned fucking Shakur to hell or something. Like it's not even that serious. Like this is my job. I'm giving you my truest thoughts. I'm not here to lie to anybody, right? That's simple. Now let's talk about Tio. I said whatever I said about the Tio. I mean about Shakur. That's my honest opinion. I don't know what else you want from me. Don't watch my channel. I'm giving you my honest assessment. And I'm not here to protect a fighter off every performance. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it is. Like Nate Diaz. I like Nate Diaz. But Leon Edwards was doing his thing up until the 5th round. That's just life. It's a fight game. You know what I mean? But the great thing about me being me is the guy who keeps getting called biased and whatever. But we see who's really biased. I'm telling you what I feel at every, no matter who likes it, who doesn't like it. And I'm being real and I'm giving it to you honestly. So, I got to be the real. Now, let's talk about Tio. Smash the like button. I need y'all to get the likes up. What's good with the likes on YouTube, bro? They are really hating on me. That's crazy. I need y'all to smash the like button. Need y'all to get the like. I'm gonna try to cook through this tea. Okay. So, in case you don't know, Teofimo Lopez, they said he signed an amended deal. So, you remember Top Rank and Teofimo were seemingly kind of beefing, and Tio was talking about possibly going elsewhere, and he wasn't happy with how he was treated. And then they went to purse bid, and then Triller won the purse bid. Eddie Hearn tried to jump in, right? So that's basically what happened. Then that kind of fizzled out. Tio's in camp for the Kambosos fight this Saturday, right? Now on the ESPN telecast, it was confirmed. It was previously kind of leaked by reporters, but now it's been kind of confirmed that Teofimo Lopez is has signed an amended deal with Top Rank. So all seems to be well on that front. Now, what they said was he is getting a higher purse minimum, which is what he wanted, and the ability to fight on pay-per-view on ESPN. And they said on the telecast that Teofimo signed for an extra 2 years. So that's it. So that's where we're at with it. It's, to me, there's a lot of pressure on Teofimo Lopez. Let me get that out there. There's a lot of pressure on Teofimo Lopez. First, he said he was going to fight Devin Haney or Kambosos. He was sending them both the contract. Now his promoter is talking about, we ain't fighting Devin because his wife is pregnant. All right. Really? Like the oldest trick in the book? It's June and you can't plan for an October fight with Devin Haney? Whatever. He got to look good for Kambosos because he put up this biggest fit. And the sad part is this. I'm just being real like I always do. That's all I could be is me. Why? Because I got to be Thug. The crazy part is this when it comes to Teofimo and Triller. I don't see how Triller, me personally, is going to keep bailing you out and losing money. According to Leonard Ellerby, they slashed the prices on tickets. Their tickets went from like $2,500 in Miami down to like $1,300 or something. Just look at, I made a video about it. I brought Ego Quick Hits back, Boxing Ego Quick Hits. So thank you for everybody who recommended that I bring that series back. If you don't know what Quick Hits is, I basically give you the news in like 2 minutes or less. For the people on the go, I make sure you still get your boxing news. So hit the subscribe button for that. Boxing Ego Quick Hits is back. So I did a video on that. Resurrected the series for the people who were asking. Shout out to them. And Leonard Ellerby says that the TO tickets are on Groupon or something, basically. Like they're slashed and discounted and stuff like that. So it looks like TO will probably go back to ESPN after this fight. My thing is this. Who the hell is TO going to fight on pay-per-view? Like, is based on how the Lomachenko fight really looked, is that really a pay-per-view fight? Like, I know Bob Arum says it was. Why did someone get blocked for saying smash the like button? Come on, you got to explain that one. The man said smash the like button and you blocked him? That's weird. A1 Diggs, Quick Hits was fire, 100. We back on it. Anyway, who is T.O. supposed to be fighting on pay-per-view? Because to me, the Lomachenko fight, the first fight was mid. It was alright, but Loma didn't do shit for 6 rounds. You know what I mean? And then Teofimo kind of faded a little bit after when Loma started doing something. And then he came alive in the 12th round. Is that really a pay-per-view fight? Like, honestly. The other thing is everyone outside of PBC, the problem they're going to have with the pay-per-view market is, from what I've seen historically, they don't have top to bottom undercards. They don't have top to bottom like stacked undercards. So it's not like Gervonta Davis, but you still getting Jason Rosario and what's the name on it? Erickson Lubin. You see what I'm saying? So I don't even know who T.O. is supposed to be fighting on damn pay-per-view. Then the other thing, like I said, it looks bad because he said all this stuff with Devin Haney. Listen, they can put T.O. as undisputed on the backdrop. Mauricio Suleiman can say it. It's cap. Listen. It don't matter what they saying. The WBC created a program to protect and serve the person they wanted to protect and serve with the whole franchise BS. And that's what it is. So, of course, Mauricio Suleiman is going to say that he's undisputed because you created this foul program that nobody even asked for in the franchise champion. So who cares what he's saying? The streets is saying Teofimo ain't undisputed. The fans are saying that. Teo says he's the people's champ. You got to fight Devin Haney, sir. Kambosos so far ain't looked like a walk in the park. I think that's a difficult fight. But more on that later. You can say whatever you want. We are the people. We are like, you will be judged by your peers and the fans. I don't care what the WBC. WBC said Tyson Fury innocent. I don't think he is. So I don't care what nobody talking about. So it's a bad look, bro. Because here's the other thing. First of all, Gervonta Tank Davis is going to 140 to fight Barrios, who I know personally, and he's a big boy, and he's coming off of great performances, right? Like the Cowboy Carl stoppage on Tank's undercard versus Leo Santa Cruz, right? He definitely got heart. You've seen him fight with one eye in that belt, the fight for the belt on Errol Spence. I was at that fight too, Errol Spence versus Porter. And then Teo is saying he's the most lit and he's pay-per-view worthy. But who are you going to fight? You said you don't want to fight Lomachenko. I really don't feel like that's a pay-per-view worthy fight based on how the first fight looked. You know what I mean? Me personally, I would rather watch Errol Spence and Sean Porter part 2 than Loma in Teo 2. At least pay for it on pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying? Because of how the first fights look, that's going to lead you to believe that hopefully the second fight is just as good. You know what I mean? Or Wilder Fury 3, I'm paying for that. You know what I'm saying? These are fights that I want to see the sequel. Loma and Teo, it's cool if they do a sequel, but I really don't know if that's pay-per-view, in my opinion. So, a lot of questions. And like I said, they could say whatever they want. They could say, oh, but Teo is undisputed. No. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. The way they went about it, Loma was supposed to fight Devin, a black fighter. Didn't do it, period. So now Teo has that obligation since he beat Loma. Simple. So if he doesn't do it, you know, then we don't have an undisputed. Like, okay, put it this way. 2 top-ranked fighters, Josh Taylor and Teofimo. How is it that one, Josh Taylor can move up just like Terence Crawford, who's with Top Rank? They both move up and there's no questions, no qualms, no disputes. There's nothing anyone can say. Terence Crawford knocked out Ndongo, undisputed. So he said he's moving up. Cool, clean bill of health. Enjoy the new division. Same thing with Josh Taylor. If Josh Taylor moves from 40, he just beat Jose Ramirez. He beat Regis Prograis. He won the World Boxing Super Series. He's undisputed. He can move up and nobody's going to say nothing if that's what he decides to do. Teo can't. Teofimo cannot move up, and from all parties, maybe old media, but from all parties, tell the world he's undisputed. Not everyone's going to believe that. Josh Taylor don't have nothing, no lingerers, nothing lingering on. He don't have no unfinished business type of person. He can happily say, I'm the man at 140. I'm moving to 47. I'm undisputed. It's in the history book. Teofimo, he could say it. They could try to put in the history book, but it's going to have an asterisk by it until he fights Devin Haney. Bob Arum seems like he wants no parts of Teo fighting Devin Haney. Very apparent. He just said Pedraza or the winner of Pedraza Hammer Hands Rodriguez is an option. Who the hell wants to see that? Pedraza, a person Tank cooked like 5 years ago versus Teo. I mean, what? That's not the business, bro. Not it. Honest opinion, it's not it. Ooh, that's not. Luck to Teo. But first we gotta see how he looks this weekend with Kambosos, because I think that's a different. So anyway, yeah, I don't know what this amended contract is supposed to look like, but best of luck to Top Rank and Teofimo with that, because I don't know who the hell he's going. Pedraza and Teo, to me, is not really a pay-per-view affair. So if they try to put something like that on pay-per-view, I can't wait till the number. Bro, it like, see, this is Top Rank. They gotta, since they don't have Pacquiao, it's like been rough for them to try to get a pay-per-view. I feel like their best chance at pay-per-view would have been Lomachenko versus Teo, the first one, not the second. I mean, but they didn't make that pay-per-view. I don't really understand this amended contract. The other thing is he just re-signed or signed an extension for 2 years with Top Rank. So look to Teo. He's saying, see, this is at the end of the day, you can say whatever you want, but the streets are gonna appoint what they want, and you know who's winning at life and stuff like that. If Tank gets a knockout of a champion at 140, he's gonna be even more lit. Period. If he's able to beat Barrios, Teo beating Camboso, I mean, I don't know. It's not gonna be the same type of affair. So I don't know what Teo thinks he's finna do on pay-per-view. And then Teofimo, mark this video down for the future. Teofimo is likely to become the next Terence Crawford, if he even gets past Camboso. Because now Top Rank upped your minimum, which is something Bob Arum historically seems a little bit kind of on the cheaper side. You know what I mean? Frugal. So now they're going to be overpaying Teo. And then if they see the numbers for Teo aren't matching their investment, why wouldn't Bob do him like he's doing Terence Crawford and throw him under the bus? I could have bought a house with the money I lost on Bud. You know what I mean? So that would be a bad arrangement for me. Like, I personally can't be in this situation. We can't cut the pie together and you out here insulting me like Bob Arum is doing to, what's the name? To Bud Crawford. That just can't work for me, who I am as a person. I don't understand why he extended his contract after going off on Arum and DeBella, because they offered him more money. So he probably looked at that instead of the long term of it. But Bud Crawford, he signed an extension too. So, you know, people come knocking and they got a couple zeros for you, ever. But good luck to Teo. We'll see how this story plays out, because I feel like Devin Haney is in a good position because he works with Eddie Hearn. He's getting money. He's been getting money. And I think his relationship with Eddie Hearn, based on who he was and how he was known about, I feel like that's a working relationship where he has a lot more freedom. Teo, I don't think he has a lot of freedom. You know what I mean? I really don't think he has a lot of freedom like that. Plays out. And then the last thing I'll say before I get off is Ryan Garcia. He came back and he's like, oh, y'all left me when I was, Diety almost killed me. If you left me, then stay gone. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. How's Ryan out here talking trash and he the one pulling out a fight? It's like, bro, boxing, there's a lot of weird energy in boxing right now. I'm just being real. There's a lot of weird. How you gonna pull out of a fight, but then now you back trash talking? Like, that doesn't really work for me. I don't understand. I don't see how you can pull out. Like, if you have all this energy for something and making videos, why don't you have the energy to go to Golden Boy, say, pull the plug on the Javier Fortuna Joseph Jojo Diaz fight, let me at him. I'm gonna F something up. I'm gonna take the initial challenge that I was always supposed to take in Fortuna. You see what I'm saying? You can't really do that. Like, until Ryan fights Devin or Fortuna, you know, as long as Fortuna's been looking like he has looked, you can't really talk trash anymore. He talked about fighting Pacquiao, Gervonta, Javier. None of them happened. You're not really in a position. Loma said Haney has his WBC belt. Yeah, Josh Taylor also said that Teo's not undisputed. Yeah, I mean, shout out to Joseph Jojo Diaz. He moving up in weight just for the opportunity. Ryan, it just looks bad when you're talking trash after you played hooky at school. You know what I'm saying? Weird. But anyway, I'll be back with some more heat. I got some videos I'll be dropping. Hit the subscribe button. Stay tuned to the channel. I will see you guys. Holla at me. Peace.